Nation, let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it.
Yes. Big bro is in the building. How you feeling, man?
Dehydrated.
One of them days. Salute to everybody here in the live, man. We appreciate you guys as always. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. We see Mike Downs, Duke, Mr. Wrong, Christopher Raiders, Devin, Razor, Butters, Justin, Herman,
Butters.
Everybody, man. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We're almost already at 500 people in the building. I see people are excited about what's going on right now. The tampering period opens up tomorrow morning, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be an interesting day, man. And already the chips are starting to fall already. Wasted. How we feeling right now? We can start the show quick, fast, and in a hurry here. Last night, the news broke that Chris Jones, the best defensive tackle in the league, signed pretty much a 5-year deal. $95 million of that is guaranteed.
It's make you get ugly, don't it? We say 95 million.
Man, I mean, dog, think about this. Annually, he's making $32 million a season now. Donald, I believe, was making 31.6. They did right by their, number one defensive tackle. Let's just keep it a buck. The Chiefs did what they were supposed to do. They made him the highest paid guy. They gave him all the guarantee money in the world, and now they're trying to run it back for a three-peat, man. So I'm not mad at that.
This is good for us, though.
Okay, and I want to know why. But you can look at it two different ways, though, right? Because now there's only two realistic options. Well, there's more than that, but there's two big fish left in the pond, right? And with this big deal, they may get paid a little bit more money than we thought. Christian Wilkins, I was assuming maybe $26 million range because he's still, he's 28 years old, plays the run at a high clip, can get to the quarterback as well. Then Leonard Williams, I'm assuming 18 to 20 million range, somewhere around there because he's getting up there in age, still playing at a high level. But this is going to raise their stocks a little bit in my eyes. There's a lot of teams that are going to be fighting for their services. There's only two guys left. I think Leonard Williams is kind of like a 1A, 1B with the Seahawks and us. I don't think there's going to be a major market for Leonard Williams. I think it's us and it's the Seattle Seahawks. And they're already saying that they want to bring him back. I know they're kind of in salary cap hell there. They got to free up some money. But it looks as though they're working on something up in Seattle. That would leave us with Christian Wilkins, brother. And the Texans, a lot of money. Yeah. A young defense that they're building out there, a really, really good head coach that's going into year two, a future all-pro quarterback in CJ Stroud, right? That's a team that's going to be fighting for a certain Chicago Bears, a shit ton of money. It's getting a little spooky here now with Chris Jones off the board, Christian Wilkins and Leonard Williams being the only two guys. I mean, how do you look at this and how do you approach tomorrow's tampering period with these two guys pretty much there? I mean, Reader's there. There's a few other guys, but these are the two big fish. We need one of them.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is this, if the consolation prize is DJ Reader, you've done well by the Raiders, right? DJ Reader's a guy, he gets injured a little bit. He's not as good as these two guys, but, he's an upgrade from a Bilal Nichols. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You could keep Big John Jenkins. You know what I mean? You can keep Adam Butler. You could run it back. You got some guys you're developing in the building. And one good thing about the Chris Jones thing for the Raiders is that now the Chiefs aren't as fluid cap wise.
Yeah.
They're not players in a lot of things they could have possibly been players in. So they went out there and they're going to come back with the exact same team they had. And now, we got to kind of, go into this offseason to try to match that and exceed that instead of them getting better and better and better.
Well, they have a complete draft class and they've drafted well in recent history. So they can continue to build what they have. That's the spooky part about it. But we're watching now Sneed, they franchise tagged him. And I know that they were allowing him to look for a trade partner. How do you think this whole Sneed situation ends up? Do they remove the tag? Do they just allow him to walk in free agency, or do they still try and get something for him? I don't think that they would even look at us in terms of a trade partner. But I mean, how do you think this Sneed situation plays out now with Chris Jones?
I think it depends on how they draft. You know what I mean? Because wherever they sit in the draft, if they were to draft a corner in the first round, because I can see them doing that. Yeah, they would have drafted a corner in the first round. You know what I mean? It might. Or they have a corner in the first round as their number one guy on the board, or that's the guy they're scouting. I could see them removing the tag, because I don't think that, them having Sneed in the building is good for them cap-wise. They just signed this man to a $35 million deal. Like, how are you going to afford both of them?
And you got to pay McDuffie soon, and that's your number one guy. Like, I'm going to be honest, Trent McDuffie is going to be their number one guy. And that's why I don't even think that they would go corner in the first round, to be honest with you. I think they go get a receiver. I think that they go get a guy that can be that number one for Patrick Mahomes, or the guy at least opposite side of Rice, right? That they can bring in sure-handed receiver. They already know they've had the case of the dropsies out there in Kansas City. But it's going to be interesting to see where this whole Sneed situation plays out now.
I'm just hoping that the 49ers are smart and they don't send Brandon Ayuk to the Kansas City Chiefs. Because I'm sitting up there and I'm looking, Mike Evans is going to go back to Tampa Bay. I thought Mike Evans was going to wind up in Kansas City.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
But it didn't work out that way. I could see Brandon Ayuk winding up there if he was an unrestricted free agent, but he's not. I hope the 49ers aren't stupid enough.
Niners wouldn't do that. They lost to them twice in the Super Bowl. I don't see them even playing games with the Kansas City Chiefs. Salute to everybody here in the building. Also, you guys, we're talking about the defensive tackle position. We did cut Jerry Tillery yesterday. Defensive lineman, considered a DT, can play DN as well. I believe he had 2 sacks last season for us. It wasn't a great year by any means. How do you feel about, I know you didn't put out anything in terms of Jerry Tillery. How do you feel about us moving on from him? I think it creates, I'm seeing conflicting reports, roughly 2.3, 2.4, and then I'm seeing $3.8 million freed up. How do you feel about us moving on from Jerry Tillery?
I mean, that goes to show me that Tom Telesco's a fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't a big Jerry Tillery. I couldn't stand Jerry Tillery. I wanted him out of here anyway. Yeah. It's just, look, that goes to show me that there's nothing there with Jerry Tillery. The guy that drafted him cut him.
Yeah. I mean, bro, Adam Butler had 5 sacks last season. He was more efficient than Jerry Tillery. I mean, that should say it all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pretty much at this point, you're getting just boneheaded mistake after mistake with Jerry Tillery. The hit on Herbert, which we love as Raider fans, right? We love it, but that cost us 15 yards. You know what I mean? And then we all know the Baker Mayfield debacle where Tillery went out there, stupid penalty, put them in play to win the game, 90-yard. Yeah, nasty work. But I'm cool with this. It frees up some more money and allows us to get even more busy in free agency. But I'm watching these two guys very closely, though, Wasted, because there's going to be a lot of teams looking for defensive tackle help. And there's a few more teams in front of us that have a lot of money. And Christian Wilkins is a guy that played in Florida, no state tax. So we've talked about this off air. Yeah. I'm assuming that the Texans would throw him a bag, right? Texas, I mean, makes sense, no state tax, or be Vegas. I'm assuming that's going to be one of the two that he would pick. But I think Christian Wilkins will be the perfect pickup for us. And I think Leonard Williams would be a great plan C. I think we all thought if Chris Jones hit free agency, that would be plan A. I mean, clear. You make a team weaker in your division and you bring on the best defensive tackle. I think Christian Wilkins will be the best fit moving into free agency tomorrow. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to John Sweeney. Salute to the Mokes. 16 or 20 years. Which Raiders offense, or 16 or 20, which Raiders offense was better? 16 had more doves, but 20 almost swept the Chiefs. Raiders, I'm going with 16. I don't think it's even
it's not even close, bro.
I mean, 12-4. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous, bro. I mean, but bro, the transition back into the Christian Wilkins thing, because now I'm hydrated and I've woken up now. I'm sorry.
There you go. Let's go.
I'm all right now. Oh my God. It feels so good to get that water, man. You know what I'm saying? So all right, look, when you talk about Christian Wilkins, right? We would want Christian Wilkins, but I don't see Christian Wilkins coming and playing ball with us because of the simple fact that if he wants to win, it's going to go to a place where they have the sure thing at quarterback. You got a young head coach. You know, that's kind of a wash with the D'Amico Ryans and the Antonio Pierce. You know what I mean? But the fact that he can go down to Texas, no tax state, very talented young team to play in a weaker division and not have to get past the Chiefs, I think Christian Wilkins probably gonna go down to Texas, man.
I have him going to the Texans as well, but I do, the Graham, the bridge is there. Graham was there in Miami with Christian Wilkins, so there is a connection there with our defensive coordinator. So that it's going to be very interesting tomorrow to see who throws the bigger bag at him and who what he sees.
The connection is really with Leonard Williams, though. Leonard Williams had his best year under Patrick Graham.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And I just the Leonard Williams things makes too much sense for it to not happen. Grew up a Raider fan.
Yeah.
Gets to come back home to play with Patrick Graham. Gets to play next to Max Crosby. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you talk about Seattle's going to try to keep him, but Seattle traded for Leonard Williams. He didn't decide to go there.
Agreed.
He didn't decide to go there. This is a time where he can decide to go and play for a team he would like to play for and play for a coach he wants to play for.
And he's closer to home. Vegas, Bakersfield. He's right there in that facility. I get it. It makes all the sense in the world. But if you can get a Christian Wilkins over Leonard Williams, I think you agree, brother. Like, you have to go get a Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, I mean, he's younger. The only thing that's not alarming to me is that, it's just the fit. You know what I mean? I always love when players come into a situation where they know what they're getting and they don't get blindsided. You know what I mean? And I just think the Leonard Williams fit is just it just makes so much sense. You know what I mean? And I think you'll get the best out of Leonard Williams, but is Christian Wilkins a better player, younger player? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, bro, the way he commands double teams, the way he plays the run, he's a way better fit than a Leonard Williams. Now, Leonard Williams, like you said, in the middle of that defensive line with a Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz, I think that unlocks everything that he has left in his game. But Christian Wilkins, 9.5 sacks last season, one of the best defensive tackles, interior D lineman against the run. I mean, it just makes all the sense in the world to throw him a bag. I'm not against paying him an astronomical amount of money. I'm talking about if the $25, $26 million range was somewhere around there, I'm going 28. Go get Christian Wilkins, bro. Like mind you, like I said, Leonard Williams. We've been screaming at the top of our lungs to bring him in the past few seasons, anyways, before the trade deadline and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, if you can somehow, some way go pay big time money to bring in a Christian Wilkins, I think it makes all the sense in the world. Salute to the Mokes, man, on a $5 donation. Salute to Mateo also. Where the hell is KC getting all this money? I hope we land a dog at defensive tackle. How good do you guys think Leonard Williams really is? I think he's just okay. I mean, look. He's not the young guy that he once was, Mateo. We know Father Time catches up to everybody, right? But he still had a very productive season last year. You know what I mean? And he played really well for the Seattle Seahawks. They really are trying to make it a priority, Mateo, to bring him back. I just don't know how they're going to do it in terms of how do they make the money work? Because this is his last big contract. This is his last big contract. I don't think Seattle has what it takes in order to make that happen. So why not end your career with the team that made you fall in love with the game in the first place and be able to get the bag that you truly want? But in terms of game, Leonard Williams has a lot left in him. I don't see this as a situation where he's 30 years old, he's over the hump. He's still playing at a high level. Now, is he the same guy that he once was early on in his career? No. It is what it is.
I mean, who is, right? Who is?
But fit system is everything, though, right? Yeah. Wasted. And like you said, under Graham with the Giants, he had a career year. So maybe him coming over there and then with one great pass rusher, on side of him, and then a really good one in Malcolm Kuntz. I mean, I just think that it's an easy fix. This is a plug and play type situation with a Leonard Williams. I would just preferably have Christian Wilkins because he's a little younger and the way he plays the run, he is absolutely dominant against the run.
Bro, he plays the run and this year put that piece of his game together as far as a pass rusher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he had a career high in sacks this year. The thing about it is that, when you talk about a D'Amico Ryans, right? does DeMeco Ryans' scheme fit what he does a little better? Because, he had his best year under Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
DeMeco Ryans being out of that 49er tree, I don't really know what DeMeco Ryans runs. I'd be lying to you if I told you I knew what he runs down there with the Texans. I don't, right? Is he a Vic Fangio disciple?
No.
He's not a Fangio disciple, right?
In that Shanahan tree.
Yeah, no, Kyle Shanahan, but I'm just saying some of that fan, what does he run? Is he running? Because there's a lot of concepts in the league, man, where a lot of guys that aren't next to Vic Fangio run the same stuff that he runs. Gotcha. His whole scheme is kind of taking over the league. So is he run stuff that Vic Fangio runs is the question. I'm not really familiar with what DeMeco Ryans runs with the Texans. And I remember when they were in San Francisco. San Francisco pretty much runs what Kyle Shanahan wants them to run.
Yeah, that's his defense.
That's his defense. Even though he's an offensive guru, he's just a great head coach. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the thing I wonder about. Would their scheme fit what Christian Wilkins does better than what we do?
Yeah. Look, everybody in the chat saying a lot of cover 3 out there in Houston. So there you have it. I haven't watched them too closely. So real quick, man, salute to missed a couple supers, man. Salute to J-Row. Fellas, the Russell Wilson thing makes sense to me. If we're looking at a J.J. McCarthy, he's only 21, and having a vet like Russell and AOC, he could sit back and learn. J-Row, we're going to definitely talk about the quarterback position here in a second, my brother. Pump the brakes just a second, but I got you, Ro. Appreciate you on a $10 donation. Thank you so much, as always. And also, Jose says, Graf, I've seen scouts say we're looking into Darnay Holmes. Is he good? I mean, he's still young. You know what I mean? He's a guy that has familiarity with Antonio Pierce. I believe this is a guy that that Antonio Pierce actually scouted, I believe, in high school. So there's definitely ties to him. What did he have last year? I think he had 2 picks last year. Did he have 2 picks?
Yeah.
He has 4 in his career. I mean, he's young. He's 25 years old. I mean, this is definitely something that you could take a look at. 5'10", 195. I mean, I'm not against bringing somebody in with familiarity, Jose. You know what I'm saying? But is that going to move the needle? We don't know. You know what I mean? I personally want I want to shut down corner opposite side of Jack Jones. And, Darnay Holmes has played his whole career with the Giants. It's not a big name guy. It's not a big fish. But, I mean, it totally makes sense that Antonio Pierce is trying to, bring the band back together and bringing all these pieces that he has ties to. So I'm not against it. And it'll be a cheap option at the cornerback position. And potentially, Jose, with the Meek walking, you bring in another young corner to take his spot. Makes all the sense in the world. But I don't look at this as a situation where you're bringing in Darnay Holmes and he moves the needle and becomes that starter. I think he'd be like that, a Meek spot kind of guy that can come in, you know what I mean? And when need be, if the number one guy needs some breaks here and there. But salute to Jose, man. Salute to Saul as well. Throw a bag at Wilkins. Rarely does a great player that is fairly young with no character issues hit the market. Great teammate, still improving. So I agree with you, brother. Salute to you and salute to the 1,300 people in the building. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Salute the Raiders Rebel Unleashed on becoming a member. We appreciate you, brother. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. We both have memberships on both of our channels. Make sure you support, man. Definitely appreciate you guys. What's on your mind, King?
Nothing. I mean, I'm just sitting up here and I've been listening to you. I've been listening to you cook, man. But I'm a little worried, man. And this is happening live on air, guys. That's the reason why I'm a little withdrawn, because as I'm thinking about the show, I'm thinking about all the dominoes falling that we need to fall to make us a better team to overtake the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. The Matabuke thing. He we knew that was going to happen. Chris Jones pretty much knew that was going to happen. Christian Wilkins, I don't see him coming here. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't. And it's like Leonard Williams or bust. And that's very frightening to me, right?
We said that, bro. We talked about that offline. Like this is the reason we did this live, because we did this live out of fear, y'all. I'm gonna be real. Like, we were like, holy shit. Like, go ahead, Wasted.
Man. Yeah, listen. So we're sitting up here and we're thinking about the quarterback thing. Mac Jones goes to Jacksonville. Yeah. So now that whole caveat of we don't know what the Patriots are going to do, they just told us what they're going to do now. They're drafting a quarterback.
Yeah.
So now us moving into the top 3 is looking very unrealistic. So now what do we do at quarterback? This is an offseason where we could be sitting at the altar and we have not addressed anything we needed to address in a real way. It's very, very frightening, man.
Let me give you some pushback. What if I said this? What if I said that they've been trying to trade back Jones for the past 2 seasons, pretty much, right? So they're going to move on from him regardless. And they said, you know what, we're going to go get a veteran quarterback. What if somehow, some way, one of these, what if Russell hasn't visited New England, so I'm not going to put that there. Kirk Cousins, it looks as though it's between Minnesota and Atlanta at this point. But what if they said we're going to get a veteran this year, and they've been trying to get rid of Mac Jones? So maybe they're not showing they're showing their hand. What would you say to that? How would you respond to that?
I would say thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. But look, Graf, I'm gonna be honest with you. You got a brand new head coach, right? You have a new regime in New England. If Bill Belichick were there, I would say you're right. But let me tell you something, man. They're going to draft a quarterback. They drafted a quarterback. That's it. That's it. And the fact that the Raiders have been poking around trying to move up and they have not been able to get it accomplished goes to show me everything I need to know and need to see. So
I think it's – go ahead.
So let's hope that when the Raiders actually do pick at 13, if they do got to take a quarterback, that they're not taking a quarterback out of necessity because all the other guys they had on their board are gone. They take their 4th guy on the board. If the Raiders are going to do that, I would rather see them get a veteran and go best player available and then reach on somebody further back in the draft than just taking Bo Nix because he's the only guy left.
Realistically, as Raider fans, well, the guys that are screaming at the top of their lungs for Jayden Daniels, right? The only thing that we can hope for is Caleb's off the board at 1. The Commanders take Drake May at 2, which I know that they like him a lot out there. And then in New England, they take JJ McCarthy. And then at that point, you can trade up somewhere in that range. You know the Cardinals are going to take a receiver. They're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. off the board immediately. And then you got to hope and pray that maybe the Giants bring in Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? And they'll play ball with us and say, okay, well, give us a bunch of draft capital, move up and get your guy Jayden Daniels. At the end of the day, you either trade up to 4 or you somehow, some way try and get somebody to work with you at that 5-6 range where you could potentially move up and get Jayden Daniels. And I don't find it, a coincidence that all these rumblings are coming out now about Jayden not wanting to play in New England. You know what I'm saying? Or not wanting to be in this position or this position. The only way we can hope, you guys, is if we can somehow, some way move up to that 4, 5, 6 range and get Jayden Daniels if he drops out the top 3. Other than that, I think this was a long shot anyway. I think that we were all excited because we know how bad Antonio Pierce and this fan base wants Jayden Daniels. But at the end of the day, we got to be realistic at this point. And I don't see it. We may even have to trade up, you guys, to go get one of those second wave of quarterbacks. We may have to go guys. A Penix or a Bo Nix. If you really want to identify the quarterback position that bad, we may move up to go get a guy that a lot of us do not want to move up to go get. But that's where we are at this point. We're at 13. We're in the middle of the pack. And it just is what it is. I'm not mad about ending up with Michael Penix Jr.
I'm not at all. But bro, I'm gonna be real with you. There's one person that has been saying this, and he's a very handsome gentleman, and his name is Wasted Talent. I've been telling all of you. I've been telling y'all. I said, listen to me. Everybody got mad at me for the Russell Wilson thing. Everybody gets mad at me for talking about Michael Penix. Everybody gets mad, but I'm telling you, everybody argues with me in my comments behind the videos. And I tell y'all, to move up to 3, people have to be willing to acquiesce to you. They are not, like these people, they're in the football business too. Just because we want Jayden Daniels doesn't mean some of them other teams don't want him just as much as we do. And you have to be realistic. We're not in the top 3. We're not even close. You have to wrap your mind around another situation.
Yeah. Facts. Salute to Hug D. Salute to Troy Romero. All our guys. Jeffrey in the building. He said, Wasted ain't handsome. Talk that shit, King. Salute to Jesse. Always good to see you guys. Much love. Somebody got to explain to me why the fuck Jimmy Hunter and Faison are still on his team less than 24 hours out. Because there's a way you go about your business, Jesse. You can't just cut guys just to get rid of them. There's specific dates and contracts and all that other stuff in order to free up a certain amount of money, right? These guys will be gone soon, Jesse. Trust me, that money will be freed up. You know what I mean? They're going to go about this the right way, okay? What if out of nowhere free agency happens, a wide receiver needy team misses out on a wide receiver, and somehow, some way, the Raiders can finagle some type of deal to get rid of Hunter Renfrow. I'm not saying it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's going to overpay for the production that Hunter Renfrow's put up the last 2 seasons. But there's a way you go about this. You know what I mean? And you can't just cut these guys just to cut them. They'll be gone soon. And when we cut Jimmy, we're going to make sure that we get every cent that we can out of that situation. He'll be gone soon. We all assumed anyway, wasted that Jimmy was going to be a post-June first cut anyway.
Yeah,
and Hunter Renfrow as well. And then Brandon Facyson, he'll save us a couple $1 million moving on from him. But there's a process to this, Jesse. Trust me, we're going to get rid of them soon. Look more post-June. That'll free up some extra money for us, and we can play ball a little bit.
Bro, Hunter Renfrow can be valuable to someone.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, the one thing that was always very, very troubling to me about the last two regimes is us getting rid of resources and assets and not getting anything in return. I'm fine with keeping Hunter Renfrow around as long as you can get something for him. Even if you can get a 6th-round pick, I'm cool with it. Yeah. I prefer that over just cutting him. You know what I mean? This guy was a Pro Bowler at one point.
Jacksonville just gave up a 6th for a Pro Bowl quarterback that hasn't lived up to the hype these past few seasons. But I'm just saying, like, if you could get something for Hunter, I agree with you, brother. But I don't think at this point we're going to get anything. He's just going to be cut. We'll get the money. We'll move on. It is what it is. Salute to Max. How much do you think Chicago wants Josh Jacobs? I'll play hardball to the fullest. Oh, you want Jacobs? That's cute. Slide that #1 pick. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We don't have the bird rights to Josh Jacobs. He's an unrestricted. They don't have to have a conversation with us at all.
Yeah, at all. But they need a running back. You know, they want an upgrade over Khalil Herbert and those other guys they have out there. But at the end of the day, they want a running back, Max, and they're going to look at all the top options. I personally, I know I have a lot of people have Saquon Barkley going to the Texans. I have him actually going to the Bears. I think they're going to pay him a shit ton of money, and he may go out there and end up playing for the Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams out there. Me personally, but I think that they're going to end up with one of the top guys at the running back position because all that money they have. But
I call bullshit on the Bears and Saquon Barkley.
Okay,
bullshit.
Who you got? Who you have?
I got the Texans. Like your life depended on it.
I mean, but why pay that kind of money when you got a Dameon Pierce down there? I mean, I know you need that 1-2 punch, but like, it doesn't make any sense.
Because if you got a guy that saw the value of having a Christian McCaffrey, why not go get the next best thing? A guy that could possibly be better.
Because
Nico Ryans.
McCaffrey. Whoa. Did you say possibly better?
Yo, eventually, if Saquon Barkley stay healthy, Saquon Barkley is one of the most talented running backs that I've ever seen, bro. I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan.
I am too, but that's a major if in terms of health.
Yeah, but that people were talking that way about Christian McCaffrey a couple of years ago when he was getting hurt in Carolina.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, you're right.
So Saquon Barkley is the kind of guy that, man, if in him going and pairing up with that quarterback, I think that quarterback opens up a lot, man. You tax-free state. Saquon getting out of the cold. He's already saw that movie playing in New York, playing for Penn State. So yeah. I just think the Texans make the most sense, man.
Hey, they'll pay him a shit ton of money. I just think that they're going to continue to build that defense out there. They have a defensive-minded head coach. I think they'd rather put that free agency money into that basket and then draft a running back. Me personally, but hey, I could be wrong. They have a shit ton of young receivers. They have a young quarterback. They still need to build up that O-line a little bit down there. I just don't know why they would spend north of $10 million on the Saquon Barkley.
Home run threat. You need a home run threat to go along with that quarterback. You need something to protect that quarterback. And also, Saquon Barkley is a hell of a blocker.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard rumors about the Raiders taking a flyer on him, which I don't believe. They put us in everything, right? Yeah. But I wouldn't even be mad at that.
Duke Cookie says, what up, OLV? How you feeling about getting Zach Wilson? I don't feel anything about that, brother, at all. I don't want anything to do with Zach Wilson. And that was one guy that I was totally wrong about at the quarterback position. In that draft class coming out of BYU, I liked him. I liked Zach Wilson. I thought he was a nice. I did. I liked him a lot, to be real with you. I mean, I'm not saying I would have took him at 1 or no crazy shit, but I liked him. And it just hasn't panned out with the Jets. I'm not moving any trade. I mean, he has no trade value. You know what I'm saying? The Jets are trying to trade him right now. He's still in the contract. So
I just soccer moms. Zach Wilson is coming to Las Vegas. Baby.
He is on the loose.
He is on the loose.
Go from a Jimmy G to a Zach Wilson. I mean, that's kind of like the circle of life there, man. Yo, salute, man, to everybody here in the building. We talked about Chris Jones and his monumental contract that he picked up last night, you guys. 5-year deal, $95 million guaranteed, $32 million per year. Salute to Chris Jones. Definitely well-deserved. There's also, we got to talk about Josh Jacobs here. Well, real quick, let me get a few things off the screen. We also talked about the Mac Jones situation going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's from the area, Wasted. I don't know if you knew that, but he'll be backing up Trevor Lawrence. He's dealt with some health injuries as well. So it's kind of a smart move from Jacksonville, bringing a guy home that can potentially come in and play some starter minutes for you if your young guy goes down. I think that makes all the sense in the world, only for a 6th-round pick. It's not that bad. Salute to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that was actually a good pick for them. We talked about Leonard Williams definitely being a priority. The Seahawks GM has spoken about that recently, but it still doesn't line up with how much money they have. I don't know if they're going to be able to retain him. Keep an eye, you guys, on Leonard Williams as being a Raider. I think that all signs are kind of directing towards Leonard Williams coming home and playing with the team that he grew up loving. So keep an eye on that. But yes, their GM has said it's definitely a priority to keep Leonard Williams around. And also our guy, Josh Jacobs. We did not use the franchise tag. Wouldn't have made any sense to do so. But Jeremy Fowler just reported that a reunion is not off the table. This is a loaded running backs class. So, this is kind of a bad class for Josh Jacobs to hit free agency in because there's so many options. The Derrick Henrys of the world, the Austin Ecklers, the Tony Pollards, the DeAndre Swift, which is one of my under-the-radar names. He is just kind of like going under the radar in terms of all these big-name running backs. Keep an eye on DeAndre Swift, the guy that put up over 1,000 yards last year in Philadelphia. Love his game. But this is just a deep class. But they're saying it's not off the table, right? It's not really hitting on anything with that. Going into tomorrow, how do you think that we approach this Josh Jacobs thing? Do you think that we kind of sit back and let other teams kind of gauge their value and we kind of kick back and Tom Telesco says, okay, well, they offered you this. This is what we have. Like, how do you look at how we approach this tomorrow in terms of Josh Jacobs?
I look at it like this. The other teams are going to dictate what happens with Josh Jacobs, because if Josh Jacobs gets a 3-year deal, apparently we're not willing to offer him that.
Yeah.
Because if we were, we would have signed him already. So we're looking at that 1-year metric. He's not. So, like, if there's another team out there that really wants Josh Jacobs, they want to be in the Josh Jacobs business, he's gone. I've already wrapped my mind around the fact that Josh Jacobs is not going to be a Raider.
Yeah. I have too. I have for a while now, though. But I still don't think that it's far-fetched that I still believe that Josh Jacobs is going to be a Raider. I do. But like you said, I've come to terms with the fact that if he isn't, he isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Had them snapped off.
Look. This is the thing, though, Graf. When you talk about a multi-year deal, that is the thing that is the most impactful for Josh Jacobs. It is that multi-year deal. That's the reason why he only wants a 1-year deal from us.
Well, that they put that to bed. His representation put that to bed. They're not wanting a 1-year deal at all. They at the end of the day, I'm hearing a 2-year deal. That's what I'm hearing with Josh Jacobs, a 3rd team option. So maybe a 3-year deal. 2 years, 3rd year be a team option. He's 26 years old. He wants to retire at 30. He wants to play for the same team until he does. I get that. But I'm doing a 2-year deal with that 3-year option, with that 3rd year team option.
I would too. Listen, bro, do I want to see them sign Josh Jacobs back for the right price? Yeah.
Right price, yes.
For the right price, though. That's the thing. We're a team that we're not a running back away from winning. There are some teams that feel like they're a running back away from winning, like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys, and I've always compared Josh Jacobs to Emmitt Smith.
Potentially the Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens. I can see Josh Jacobs being the cherry on top of their sundae.
Derrick Henry will be, but I hear you.
What, Baltimore?
He's gonna be a Raven, bro.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. That makes a lot of sense. He'll go back and destroy the Titans. But
yeah.
I'm just saying, man, this year it just doesn't. I can see Josh Jacobs moving on because I can see other teams prioritizing his skill set over what we're trying to do. Yeah. We're trying to build a whole organization. You got some teams that are like 2 or 3 players away from really competing for a championship. I think that's the difference.
I'm gonna be real, man. If Josh takes nothing less than $10 million a year, I would look at DeAndre Swift for that Miles Sanders type deal. If you don't want to go draft a running back, if you don't want to take a flyer on one of these young guys like a Ray Davis that we love out of Kentucky, I would pay a $6.5 million, that Miles Sanders kind of range for DeAndre Swift. I would. That to me, and this is not a popular opinion at all. That's probably my favorite running back in this class. I just like what he brings. If he could stay healthy in the passing game, in the run game, I like DeAndre Swift a lot. And
so do you like DeAndre Swift more than Joe Mixon? Because Joe Mixon is available as well, and I think he can be had.
Yes, I do.
For a little bit more. Really?
Yes, DeAndre Swift's he's younger. I think he's only 24, 25 years old. I'm looking at DeAndre Swift 10 times out of 10. And
Joe Mixon,
I love Mix.
Life depended on it. What's wrong with you?
He grew up in the Bay. I'm not against bringing a guy home, right? I would love that, but I'm just saying these past few seasons he hasn't been the same. He hasn't been the same guy he once was. And Mix is getting a little. How old is Mix? Let me see.
Damn it.
He's 27. He's 27 years old.
You give me Joe Mixon like your life depended on it. To be honest with you, and it's the problem, bro. Like, I think people are getting this.
He'll be 28. He'll be 28 in July.
I think people are getting this confused.
Salute to Hug, man, on the 5. Salute to all the new members as well. I appreciate you, Hug. We love you, brother.
Josh is not washed. None of that stuff.
No, by any means.
The fact is that this is a guy who never got the big payday. He is looking for that big payday, brother. He is looking for that big payday. And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to see the Raiders have their resources allocated into a running back at this point.
Yeah.
Last year it made sense because, he led the league in rushing. I didn't want to see that momentum leave the building. But now that we're bringing in a whole new quarterback, we got a new coach, it's time to start anew.
I like Mixon, you guys. This is not me saying I don't like Joe Mixon. I'm a huge fan of him, but I'm just, me personally, I like DeAndre Swift. I like what he brings to the game. I think he is that perfect, that lightning and thunder to Zeus. He brings something that Zeus doesn't have. And you bring in Mixon, I think that him and Mixon and Zeus kind of have more of a comparable game, even though Mixon is a lot more active in the passing game. You can get him a lot more active in the passing game. But I just think Swift and Zeus would be a nice pairing, that 1-2 punch. But this is not me saying that I do not want Josh back, you guys. This is just me saying it has to make sense. I've been saying this since day one. Everybody thinks I assume I hate Josh Jacobs. Love Josh Jacobs. I would love to see him retire a Raider, but it has to make sense. Salute to Rudy, the vet. Russo, my guy, man.
Oh, that's my dog. And shout out to Rudy, man.
Yeah.
Great fucking guy. Met him this weekend, man. Great guy, man. Shout out to Rudy, man.
This 1 Daniels to Chicago, 2 Williams to the Redskins. Yes, the Redskins. 3 JJ to New England. Then the real draft begins. Oof. Salute to Rudy. Salute to Rudy, my guy, man, on the $10 donation. I hope you guys had fun out there too. Wasted told me about the Grifties.
Yeah.
The Grifty Awards. Yeah, man. So salute to Cool Breeze also, man, on becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. We have almost 2,000 people in the building. Wipe them feet, man. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button on both channels. Salute to everybody here rocking with us. Mr. Rogers, if we had a top 10 quarterback, do you think we would be 2 or 3 players away from competing for a championship? No. I think if you had a top 10 quarterback, we're in the hunt.
Yeah.
Where the defense performed last year, you know what I'm saying? And you can get that ground game going. We're not far off at all. At that point, you can have a middle of the pack offensive line with a stacked defense and a top 10 quarterback. We're not 2 or 3 players away. We could fight for a championship immediately, Mr. Rogers. What do you think about that, Wesley?
Yeah, listen, man. You have a top quarterback, you're always in a hunt for a Super Bowl, bro. It's a little different. Like if you look at Buffalo, the one thing that they do have is that quarterback. They got a really good team. But Buffalo is not so much more talented than the Raiders. The difference between us and Buffalo is the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys, this is the thing, right? I know everybody's getting nervous now about Jayden Daniels potentially not even being, possible at this point, right? With Mac Jones going to Jacksonville. At the end of the day, this is still a great offseason to need a quarterback. Russell Wilson is still making his rounds. It looks as though there is no trade value at this point for Justin Fields. He's still an option because Chicago's going to take Caleb Williams at 1 or Jayden Daniels. Whatever it is, they're taking a quarterback. So there's still some options out there, and we still have our guy Ayo in his second year. In the perfect world, he's the backup. But I'm just saying, like, there's options out there. And at 13, Penix may still be on the board. Bo Nix may be there, or you could potentially take a Spencer Rattler in the second round or get one of those guys. I'm just saying this is still a great offseason to need a quarterback. I'm more worried right now about the defensive tackle position. I'm worried now with Chris Jones off the board, and there's 2 really good options left, and there's a shit ton of teams that need help in the interior of the defensive line.
And that's the problem. See, because the thing is, needing both, you got to address them 2 different ways. Like if you go and you address it in the second round or something like that, as far as defensive tackle, there's still options there, right? But the thing we want is we want that immediate gratification. We want a guy that is a star. I think that for me, I'm just speaking for myself. I've watched the Raiders invest in that defensive tackle position ad nauseum over the last few years. And we're waiting for these guys to emerge. I want somebody who's already emerged.
Yeah.
With quarterback, I'm a little more patient because I understand what it takes, right? Yes. Now, for me, Michael Penix Jr. is the guy. Mm-hmm. He's the guy. I don't think Jayden Daniels will be available. And when you talk about the rest of these guys, the most accurate thrower of all of these guys, the guy who could spin the ball the best is Michael Penix Jr., bro. Yep. And the reason why he would fit with us better than other teams is because we already have the weapons he needs. People say that Michael Penix Jr. is like a byproduct of Roma Desi. He's coming into the National Football League having an even better receiver. Yeah. You know what I mean? In the Devontae Adams. It makes so much sense. And he could throw to the middle of the field, too.
Hey, Black Raider WP, I do believe that we bring back Amik. This is a guy that Antonio Pierce loves. He loves Amik Robertson. He loves that fight that our young corner brings. And when he says there's certain guys that fit that Raider mold, Amik fits that. I know the measurables aren't there. I know sometimes he gives up big plays, but he also makes big plays. I think Antonio is pounding the table for Tom Telesco to bring back Amik Robertson. I do believe he'll be back. He'll be an inexpensive option to bring back. We need depth at the cornerback position. I mean, do you think we keep Amik? I think we bring him back on an inexpensive deal and he comes back.
I definitely do. I mean, Amik is everything but right for the Raiders. He's a guy we drafted. He's a guy that personifies what we're trying to accomplish.
Small school guy.
Yeah. And the only thing with Amik is that I want to make sure that we have other options to start on the other side of, a Jack. I like Meek being a guy that comes in and kind of like spells guys and plays in certain formations. I don't want to see a Meek be the guy that's on the outside.
Yeah, no, at all.
Limitations with height. There's no disrespect to Meek Robertson. I'm a big fan of Meek Robertson. Yeah. It's just that I will prefer him in the right situation, the right scenario.
Yep. Salute to Omar. I don't want Bo at all. Penix is my fourth quarterback. I thought we could move back to the 20th and grab more draft picks, but looks like we'll be lucky at 13. Omar facts, because Penix, his stock is rising right now in the first round. And if you're there at 13, you have to really, really sit there and think about if he's available, because he may be gone. He may be gone, bro. Like we were talking about potentially trading back up from the second into the 20 range. He may be out of there. He may be gone.
No, he'll definitely be out of there, because when there's a run on quarterbacks, people get nervous. Yeah. And there are a lot of quarterback needy teams this year. Salute
to my brother, Big Mike. I'm going to put that up next, brother. Salute to Big Mike. We love you, bro. Jesse says, Wayside, I know we can't be standing at the altar, but isn't Fields the backup? Take best available at 13, then day 2, try to get Justin. And at this point, Jesse, trade value is less and less and less, because every team knows Chicago's taking the quarterback. So that's always there, wasted at our disposal if need be.
Yeah, I mean, look, Justin Fields is not the guy that, I mean, for me, like, just when I think of a quarterback, if I want him to be nothing else, I want him to be a good thrower of the football and be accurate.
Yeah.
Especially with a Devontae Adams, bro. I don't want a guy that's a novice. I don't want an athlete playing quarterback. Mm-hmm. I want an athletic quarterback, but I don't want I feel Justin Fields an athlete playing quarterback, and that's kind of the issue with him, man.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And the thing is, it's like, well, he'll do better with us. Well, he has the same play caller. So I don't know how that's going to look in Vegas. Yes, he'll have better
offensive line, better weapons.
Yes. No, agreed. But it's still the same system. So, but that is still a great pickup if everything else falls flat. So the Big Mike, man, what are you guys' top 5 free agency priorities? And I love that you brought this up, because we're going to get here soon. We're going to talk about some under the radar names in free agency, and we're going to do this. I'm going to let Waster start right here, brother. How you feel? Top 5 free agent priorities.
Come on now, Big Mike. Keep it real. Defensive tackle, defensive tackle, defensive tackle, and defensive tackles. They know. Now, but on the real, right? Defensive tackle 1, guard 2, center 3. You know what I mean? I mean, that's pretty. In corner, if you can get a free agent corner 4, right? And then quite possibly 5 if you're going to go the veteran route at quarterback, which I would prefer them not to do.
I'll do even better, Big Mike. I'll give you names. So Christian Wilkins at defensive tackle. Our brother Wasted mentioned guard. Go get Robert Hunt out of Miami. They're moving on. So I would love him. He's a starter immediately, and he's an upgrade over Alex Bars and Greg Van Rotten. So you got 2 starters right there. You bring in Russell Wilson as that bridge guy. Inexpensive. So you got your quarterback right there, just in case shit falls through in the draft. At corner, you go take a flyer on maybe a Xavier Howard. He left Miami. He's going to be pissed. I know he's up there. He's 30, 31 years old. Hasn't been the same these past few. He's dealt with some injuries, but I would look at a Xavier Howard over even a Kendall Fuller. You know what I mean? I like Kendall Fuller. He's going to cost a lot of money, and I don't think you're going to get what you want out of him at that price. Now, he did struggle this past year because they put him in a slot. He's more of a boundary type guy, but he can move around, play safety. He can do it all. But bringing a Xavier Howard, that veteran guy, he'll be an upgrade over a Marcus Peters. Let me just say that. When you bring in a veteran guy, a veteran corner, he will be a definite better player than a Marcus Peters. Bringing a Xavier Howard. And then there's one name that a lot of people are talking about in free agency, but they're not tying him to us. Me personally, I wouldn't do it because I think linebacker is a position where you can continue to draft guys. Just continue to draft guys. Keep them young. You want as athletic as possible. You want to stay athletic as possible at the linebacker position. But keep an eye on Patrick Queen. I know $18 to $20 million a year range. I don't think he's worth that at all. He is coming off an all-pro year. But Antonio Pierce is a former linebacker. He loves his linebackers. And I just keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. Now, if we got those other guys, you're not getting Patrick Queen at all.
See, the thing is, if Patrick Queen comes in, who's wearing the green dot? You know, like Spill, look, Spill's looking like he's our guy here, right? Do you want to mess up the synergy of that? Who goes outside and plays outside? Yeah. That's the thing. You know, it's fit too. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it is. But the thing is, if you bring in Patrick Queen, you're locking him up for 4 or 5 years. Every one of our linebackers are 1-year deals. Divine Diablo's a free agent the following year. Spill's a free agent the following year. You know what I mean? Luke Masterson, as a UDFA, I believe he's a free agent the following year. The only guys we're going to have under contract at that point is Amari Burney, you know what I mean? And probably potentially Patrick Queen. I think Curtis Bolton will be a free agent also. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd rather draft. I'm just saying keep an eye on Patrick Queen. And I mentioned all those names, you guys. I know you're not going to be able to get all those guys. A lot of those guys are big name guys, right? I'm just mentioning top 5 priorities. I'm looking at let me just say this. Realistically, you go pay what you get one of those top defensive tackles. You go pay Robert Hunt, you go get a Russell Wilson, and then maybe you get a veteran corner to bring in, and you just get into the draft, and that's how we play.
Bro, they are wilding in this chat right now. Somebody said, hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold the phone. Bob Reeves, you are going to get unceremoniously blocked. This is a football chat. This man said, Penix has bigger size hands that hang on to balloons. The F are you talking about in here, bro?
Pause.
Yes.
So next, I'm looking at Patrick Queen or Justin Simmons. I think Simmons goes to Philadelphia. I think he's going to go to a place where he feels he can win off the jump. And the Vic Fangio, you know, connection is there. And Patrick Queen, look, that's a sneaky name to keep an eye on, Max, because I don't think that a lot of teams want to overpay a linebacker in free agency. No, I don't.
No, you know what I mean? So, the linebacker has essentially become the running back.
The running back. Yeah. Yeah, man. Salute to Andy in the building. Our brother. He said, goats. Nah, bro, you the goat, man. Salute to our brother. Once again, salute to him and his new journey with the Air Force, man. We love you, bro. We're proud of you.
Navy.
Yeah. Oh, Navy.
Navy, man.
My apologies, Navy. And if you need anything, Andy, you already know. Hit your big bros up. We got you, bro. Salute to Silver and Black. Go get Wilkerson. Sign a Dory Jackson. That is another sneaky name that we talked about, Wasted.
Yes, sir. And Dory Jackson Jr., bro, is a guy who was a kick returner. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's a guy that if you brought him in, you can get similar production to the top of the line guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? That you get in free agency. See, sometimes free agency is about picking the best fit for you. Now, Dory Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, played under Patrick Graham as well.
Mm-hmm. With the Giants.
Yeah, that is another guy that I would not mind the Raiders going and taking a flyer on. I want to see Patrick Graham get his guys. Yeah. Like he hasn't really gotten that, man. He's made chicken salad and chicken shit probably better than anybody I've seen in a long, long time. Go get Patrick Graham some of his guys, man. I would love to see us bring in a Dory Jackson.
And Silver and Black, I would love if it ended up that way. If we got Wilkerson, a Dory Jackson, and we got Robert Hunt and just kept Jacobs or got one of these other running backs, I'm cool. I think that's a great free agency period right there. I would love it. Salute to Silver and Black on a $5 donation. And Watts is bringing up another interesting name. Willie Gay Jr. is available too. That's another guy.
The Watts.
Yeah, man. I actually, that's a great second option in free agency. I think Willie Gay is going to be a guy that's going to be gone on that second wave of free agency. I think the big names are going to go, and he's going to be one of those guys that kind of goes under the radar. But Willie Gay Jr. is a phenomenal talent. Wow, salute to you for bringing that name up. I actually wanted to do a a video on that because I'm seeing certain names, certain teams attached to him. We'll talk about him later on. Salute to Watts, man. Salute to East Coast Gridiron, my guy in the building too. What up, family? Appreciate you popping in yesterday, Graf. Salute, man. Every time I see you on Twitter and you're doing breakdowns on players, I gotta pop in and show some love, man. Salute to East Coast.
I gotta follow East Coast Gridiron, man. I ain't gonna be East Coast Gridiron. I ain't following them.
I know, man.
The whole East Coast, man. I'm dropping the ball here, bro.
Y'all be hating on each other, bro. You see, West Coast shit, we support each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all be hating this shit. Salute to AD, man. Aziz Al-Shahir. That's another name.
Yes. I met Aziz, man, from Tennessee, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Beast.
I'd be very excited to sign. All will be cheaper and great additions to the linebacking core. Salute to AD with a great comment, man. Andy says, I'm trading everything for Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm sure the Raiders have already kicked the tires. I'm sure that they've put that out there, that they're willing to. I mean, as much as Antonio Pierce talk about this boy, problem is they got to be willing to accept what we're trading.
Yeah.
You know, they're not.
Yeah.
And it is, you know, it is.
It's going to cost a lot in order to make that happen. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen, little bro. You never know. April can't come fast enough when we get out there in Detroit. Hopefully, the Raiders have moved into the top 3. That would be an insane feeling to know that we went up and got our guy.
Not gonna happen, bro. They Mac Jones is no longer there. They took his childbearing hips and sent him in the South so he could eat as much cornbread. He can eat as much cornbread as he likes. Jettisoned him the F out of there.
Doug Peterson said, let them hip spread even more. It's all good.
That's right. Mac Jones is going to be walking around looking like Honey Boo Boo in 2 years.
What was it? Honey Boo Boo, bro. God damn. Yo.
Oh, my God. Oh,
hey, Mac Jones, the only quarterback in the league that look like he got a BBL on both sides of his stomach.
Yeah. Mac Jones gonna get his midsection together, become a bad bitch.
Hey, Mac Jones is built like Dan Aykroyd. Salute to Raider Laker. Bring in Devin White. No, I do not want to bring in a Devin White. Me personally, I don't want to do it. I think he's gonna get overpaid. I don't think that it matches up with the production. I don't want to pay. If you're going to get a linebacker in this year's, you get one of those under the radar names, or you go big and get a Patrick Queen. I don't see the connection with Devin White. I mean, how do you feel about that? What is it?
I wish we would have drafted Devin White, but Devin White is one of them guys where the name is a little bit bigger than the game at this point. I'm cool on going and go get a cheaper option because, like we said, man, the linebacker has essentially become the running back of the defense. We have to allocate those resources way differently than that.
I put my hand up on my hip. When we get. Salute to Raider for life. If we get Penix, then we definitely need a right tackle. And this is facts, Raider for life. So, but the good thing is this is a draft class where you can identify both. If you get Penix in the first round, there'll be a really, really good right tackle there in the second round that you can develop and have him be your guy of the future. So I'm not too worried about it, but you're definitely right with that. Being a lefty, you got to have one of those, a top-notch right tackle to protect his blind side. Let me see. He said Honey Boo Boo, dog. I can't stop thinking about that shit. Salute to David Zahn, my guy, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, what it is, man.
Leonard Williams is a no-brainer. I mean, you don't have to pay nearly $30 million a year. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like if Seattle can't figure out a way to keep him in Seattle, I think Leonard Williams. All right, let me ask you this, because I'm going to ask. Salute to the 2,000 people in the building. I put this on Instagram yesterday, okay? And I want to know what you think about this. I put up
Watts, you wildin', Watts. I got respect. I got love for you, bro.
He said Paul's too.
Yo,
I take Penix
I take Penix too. I was like, whoa.
Yo, so big name free agency predictions. Okay. I had Chris Jones as the Chief. This was yesterday. That's easy. That was an easy call. I got Wilkins as a Texan. I think we both agree on that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Leonard Williams, Raider.
Yeah, got that there.
Russell Wilson, I have him as a Giant. Where do you have Russell Wilson going?
I got Russell Wilson going to the Steelers.
I think he'd rather be in a big market, New York, than go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but if you look at Pittsburgh, he probably has the best chance to win in Pittsburgh. He has a clear path to the job. You know, when it comes to Kenny Pickett, man, they know they made a mistake with Kenny Pickett. They're not paying him a whole lot. They would be able to give Russell a little bit more money, the problem with the Giants is Daniel Jones. They're kind of hamstrung with his contract.
Yeah.
They can get out of it after next year. I think they're probably going to give Daniel Jones every chance to prove himself and get out of the contract if it doesn't work out.
Well, I don't think they bring in Russ if they're thinking, Daniel Jones is going to be, you're the number 2 guy. I think they're bringing in Russell Wilson to be that guy.
No, so what I'm saying is that I think because if they get rid of Daniel Jones this year, it's cap-wise is going to be.
Oh, no. They sit his ass. Sit him.
So this is the thing. I don't think they're going to bring in. I think they talked to him about it, but I think they're going to go with Daniel Jones this year because he has one of them kind of car contracts where after this season they can get rid of him for next to nothing.
So I got Russ. I got Russ as a Giant. You have Russ as a Steeler.
Yeah.
I got Jacobs coming back home. What do you got him?
I got him going to Chicago.
Okay. Now I had him as a Cowboy if he leaves the Raiders. If he does not end up being a Raider, I have him going to Dallas. But you have him as a Bear, right?
Yeah, because they have the most resources to give him what he wants, which is money.
Okay. I had Saquon going to the Bears. You have him going to the Texans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Derrick Henry, Raven.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Bryce Huff. I have him going to the Eagles. The way they're trying to put all their edge rushers on the trade market right now, trying to get rid of him. I have them paying him an astronomical amount of money to be that guy. He hasn't really got as many looks as he need to as a Jet because they have a deep defensive line. I have Huff going to be getting paid a shit ton of money and being one of those top edge rushers moving forward as an Eagle. How do you feel about Bryce Huff?
I have him being an Eagle and or sneaky move, the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. They freed up a lot of a lot of capital getting rid of a bunch of people. I got Mayfield as a Buck.
Yeah, Mayfield's going to go back to the Bucs. That's the best situation for him. I don't think it's about the money for Baker. It's about him having the best situation to further his career. Okay,
I got Kirk Cousins going to ATL.
You know what, man? I got Minnesota bringing him back, man.
Okay. Remember, apparently he just bought a home in the area. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to amend that. I agree with you, Graphic.
Okay. Now you have Russell going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have Fields at some point getting traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that this is all smoke and mirrors with Russell Wilson being out there, and I think that they're trying to bring down the value. I think they go get Justin Fields in Pittsburgh. So that was just I has an asterisk next to it because it's technically not a free agency, pickup. Danielle Hunter.
Fields going to Atlanta.
Okay. All right. I got Danielle Hunter being a Ram.
I haven't really put much thought into where Danielle Hunter is going to go. I think Danielle Hunter is going to be a guy that's in the second wave of free agency because of how much money he's asking for and his age. I think he's a guy that's going to be sitting there waiting and have to kind of go and get in where he fits in.
I think he's a Ram tomorrow.
You think he's a Ram tomorrow? The Rams.
Sean McVay say that he says you come right here, you sit right next to Aaron Donald, and you create one of the best defensive lines in the NFL.
That would be great, but what are they looking like money wise? Because they also have to address the quarterback position too. And in lieu of the fact that Matthew Stafford is getting up there in age, man.
They drafted one the other year. I mean, a year ago, bro, to be the guy to learn under Matthew Stafford. So I think they may already have the guy in the building. I'm just saying, man. They went and got a former Georgia Bulldog. You know what I mean?
So Stetson Bennett's the quarterback of the future, bro.
Who's to say? I don't
know. Stetson, I can't keep my pants on, Bennett. That fucking guy, that kid is a fall down drunk slappy. He's probably not going to be in the league. Going to probably get cut this year from him freaking being a drunk scumbag.
The Rams have $30 million at the disposal too. Calvin Ridley will be a New England Patriot.
Want to bet? Bank Zoom graphic.
What you got?
Calvin Ridley. I would see him.
Riddler.
Calvin Ridley. Listen, I can see Calvin Ridley going to the Dallas Cowboys. And I know they have a lot of wide receivers, but I can see him going to the Dallas Cowboys. Man.
Well, they just put Gallup on the trade. They're trying to move him.
I can see him being a Dallas Cowboy, man.
Okay. All right. And Kendall Fuller. I have him being a Raider. I think we overpay and we bring him in to be that guy opposite side of Jack Jones.
I mean, listen, man, I haven't put much thought into Kendall Fuller. I can see Kendall Fuller being an Atlanta Falcon. You know what I mean? I can see him being a Bear. I think Kendall Fuller is the guy that's going to go somewhere that has the most resources. Like for real. I could see that happening, man. I could see like for Kendall Fuller, man, he's a guy that's looking for his money, bro, at this point in his career.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll be there. You guys have any other names? Put them in the chat. We'll definitely let you guys know where we think they're going to go here in free agency. Salute to everybody here in the building. Chief can definitely see it. I think that's one of the major spots that you can see Renfro go. Keep an eye on the Carolina Panthers as well. Him returning home to the area. PA, what's the likelihood, man? I would love Brandon Ayuk. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, man. I just know it's not going to happen, and he's gonna get paid a shit ton of money. And I don't think people realize how much money is left on Devontae's contract. I just don't know how you would work this out. But I would love Brandon Ayuk. I think the likelihood is very, very slim to none, actually.
That's the best. That's our best positional group, bro. That's the one thing we don't need is a damn wide receiver, bro. We good.
Hey, salute. You already know. I'm not mad at that. Elite. Kenny Moore. Another guy that's not being talked about a lot. Free agent out of Indianapolis. It's another guy. Salute to our brother Hug. How are we going to gloss over wasted peep in another man's hips? Pause. I think he's ready to tamper with that honey boo boo backside. He said penicillin. Hey.
Okay. Now, first of all, anybody who says hug these, I don't necessarily know exactly what you're referring to. What are these, right? Second of all, listen, bro, if you see Mac Jones waddle out on the field, it is not some fucking, mystery to see that this man is a little hippie. I mean, my God.
A little hippie.
It's a little hippie, Hug D's.
Not a little hippie, bro. He's very hippie.
But Hug D's, you are about to be unceremoniously put on timeout, possibly blocked.
Hey,
Hug D's.
Hey, Sniper. What if Cincinnati hit up the Chiefs, right, and said, "You guys need a wide receiver. We got a guy tagged. You guys have a guy tagged. Let's figure out a trade for Sneed for T. Higgins."
That sounds very back alley-ish. I like it. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. T. Higgins, I can't see the Cincinnati Bengals helping out the people they're trying to dethrone.
Well, technically they're helping themselves also. They get a young corner, a guy that can help build that defense up, and they're not going to be able to pay T. Higgins anyway. They got to pay.
It don't matter. Why the hell would you give Patrick Mahomes a weapon? Like, people want ice water in hell right now. You know what I mean? You don't help them, bro.
You're the same guy that said that the Chargers would play ball with us in terms of trading up to go get a quarterback.
You're the same guy.
Nah, see, wait, so you can't have it both ways.
Stab me in the back. Effing graphic, man. This mother effer. Can you guys believe this fucking guy?
And you try to kill me for what do you mean the Chargers wouldn't trade with us? And now you're saying that man wasted you.
Stabs me in the effing back, man.
Yeah, hey, that's what you get for talking about hips to half the show, bro.
You broke back bitch, you. Let's go.
Stabbed him in the hip. Yo, check and mate graph.
Yo, y'all, you guys gotta stop. You guys got to stop with this slanted. Graph is playing checkers right now. Nonsense. Let's talk about all the nonsense, the nonsensical things that you've been throwing out there in the last few weeks. Graphic.
Salute to the 2016 people in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check and make, man. Sniper with the greatest comment thus far. So to Eli. Now, did you see this? Mahomes did reach out to Xavier Worthy after he ran that 40. And, I keep saying this, though, you guys. Yeah, speed. Great. The guy has a problem catching the football. And Mahomes,
take him.
Want to bring him in? Hey, they're already struggling to come down with the football out there in Kansas City, their receivers. So if you want to have another guy that struggles to catch the football, be my guest. Xavier Worthy.
There's a guy that catches the football very well. The only thing is he gets the sonic rings knocked out of him. Could you see Hunter Renfrow possibly being a Kansas City Queef?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't see it.
Renfrow, baby.
No, that would be nasty work too. That would be nasty work. So 11 more likes to 300. Let's go, nation. Salute, man. Make sure you guys hit them thumbs up, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Wipe them feet. When I hip, you hip, we hip. Yeah, Worthy can't catch a cold barefoot in the snow, man. Trying to say, man. Salute to everybody. We talked about the running back position. Somebody actually brought up, I think it was Jose that brought up Darnay Holmes, which was a great add to the show, man. A former guy that, like I said, our head coach has ties to, I believe it was like an AAU or like high school. Like there was something there with like a Keyshawn Johnson. I forgot what it was, but there's a connection there. That's definitely something to monitor. We talked about the potential of Josh Jacobs returning. Let's just get some questions in from y'all now, man. This y'all show. We talked about what we wanted to talk about. We can still talk about some sneaky options in free agency, though, man. We still got 2,021 people in the building, man. So
a lot of people in here, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, free agency, man. People excited, man, to see what our Raiders are going to do. Salute to GA. Worthy has Senate and Butterfingers. Perfect fit for the Kansas City system.
F.
Salute to GA. Salute to the most. First Stu's beef, now Max hips. I don't know, wasted.
Blocked. Blocked.
He's stupid. Salute to Paul, man. The pipe dream of Jayden Daniels is over. I'll say this, man. We've seen some crazy things, during the draft. I'm not going to just say it's over yet. I'm not going to say it's over yet, but I'm going to say right now it is a very, very far-fetched pipe dream that we bring in Jayden Daniels to be our quarterback. Let me see. Yeah, and Ryan, like you said, the pipe dream isn't over. We just have to give up the farm, and we don't. You have to give up the farm. You have to give up the trap house. You have to give up the apartment that you got downtown.
You got to give up everything. You might have to give up a fucking body part or something. You might have to donate a lung or something.
Yeah,
it's not gonna. I don't see it happening, bro. And then the thing about Jayden Daniels is that he's not the cleanest prospect. And nobody wants to talk about that. He's not the cleanest prospect. It's not like we're going in there and trading up and we're drafting Peyton Manning here. That's not what we're drafting. This is a guy that has limitations throwing the football in the middle of the football.
Yeah.
Skinny guy that, to me, gives his body up in a way where he can be knocked out of the game a lot.
Way too much. Way too much.
Yo, bro, he is certain things, bro, that I see, which I like Jayden Daniels. I love that Antonio Pierce believes in him. But if you're going to be giving up, fucking a half decade's worth of first round picks, you better damn sure make sure he's the guy, guy.
Yeah. Sniper says, what if we tell Renfro we want to keep him and he convinces one of his close friends, Christian Wilkins, to come to us? Never say never. Relationships matter. Well, this is facts. But also the thing is this, he's going to have to take a pay cut. Sniper, like you can't pay a slot guy that kind of money to put up that kind of production. It just doesn't make any sense in the world to pay
do what?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he would have to say, you know what? Let's sit back at the table and put some incentives and let's restructure my deal and let's work on that. If he decides on doing that, look, I'm not one of them guys that's just ready to throw Renfro out the window. It's just that the number, you know what I mean? You can't pay him that kind of money, like $13 million a season.
I am. I wanted Renfro gone since Derek Carr was here. I wanted Renfro gone.
Hate.
That's right, Buck Nasty.
Salute the hug. As always, we appreciate you, brother, so much. Salute to all the new members in the building. And salute, man, to our brother Ty, man, our guy in real life that we got an opportunity to meet in New Jersey. Phenomenal human being. Going to be glued to YouTube, Twitter, etc. all week, starting tomorrow. Let's go, Raiders! Salute, Graph and Wasted. Salute, Raider Nation. Appreciate you on the $50 donation, my brother. As always, our guy. Our guy. Tyler says, if the Pats take JJ, I don't know if we can even trade to 4. Cards might not want to give up Marvin Harrison. And see, that's the scary thing. I don't think they will move out of that spot. I think they're going to take their guy. You know what I mean? So Cards may not want to give up. So at that point, you're going to have to look at the Chargers. You're going to have to look at the Giants. And that's where shit gets fuzzy, man. This is like mission impossible trying to trade up to get this guy. It is. Like, it's like, how?
With the Giants, that's the place, right? You said that. I give you credit. The sun shines on the dog's ass once in his life, right? So I'm going to be honest with you.
Hate.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Giants are looking like the spot if Jayden Daniels does fall.
But they may take him.
Yeah, I know, right? So who knows, man? Who knows? And guys, listen, you tell me to stop. I'm telling you something. Hunter Renfrow, after he got the Sonic rings knocked out of him in Arizona. You guys remember that? Derek Carr set him up. His soul was left. It wasn't in Arizona. It was actually, that was a home game for us. It was a home game for us.
Yeah, I was at that game.
He got fucking wrecked. And he ain't been the same, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't been the same.
And that fumble that Arizona took it to the crib to beat us.
Yeah, man. He ain't been the same, man. He ain't been the same since he won the Idol.
He ain't been the same since he won the idol. Yo, salute to Ty, bro. Salute to all the new members in the building. Our brother, man. We appreciate you. Salute. Ty is really one of the goats in here, man.
Definitely.
So Chris, also, no need to panic. Whoever we get by draft or free agency, AP will have them playing. I love that. I love that thought process right there, Chris. Let me ask you guys this, though. I want to ask the chat because I see a lot of people that hate the thought of bringing in Russell Wilson. With potentially Jayden Daniels off the board now, right? Let's just say that New England, if he's there at 3, they take him, or if the Commanders take him. I think the Commanders are definitely going back and forth with the Drake May, Jayden Daniels thing. But if he's gone, are you guys, some of you guys opening up to the thought of bringing in a Russell Wilson as that bridge guy for a year or two? Are some of you guys in the chat opening up to the thought process of bringing in a Russell Wilson on the cheap for a year or two? Let me know in the comments section, man. Salute to Ken as well. What it do? First time catching y'all live from SATX, by the way, of the LBC, man. Salute. West. Salute to my bro Ken, man. Appreciate you for being here, man. Salute to all the new people in the building. We appreciate you guys, and you get that East Coast hatred off the screen, wasted.
Man, y'all listen, man, please.
Get that East Coast, get that East Coast hatred off the screen, brother.
Come on, man, come on, man.
PM says, as an LSU and a Raiders fan, I'm bummed out JD's gone. Not quite yet, but the dominoes are finally starting to fall a little bit here, man. So salute to PM. Don't throw in a towel yet, brother. There's still a chance.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's the same chance that Lloyd Christmas had with Mary Swanson and Dumb and Dumber. 1 in a million.
But you're still saying there's a chance, though. Salute to Tyree. Salute to Graphic and Wasted, the best in the game with that Raiders content. Much love, brothers. Salute to Tyree. And I want you guys to know moving forward, man, with our brothers gone, you know what I'm saying? Like Big Mike is on doing some other things. Andy is on a whole new career path. We're going to be doing this new algorithm thing, right?
Yes.
So we're going to do a lot of shows by ourselves as well. We're still going to do our coffee and convos. Waste is still going to be doing his great solo shows as well. But you're going to start seeing this duo a lot more. It is called the algorithm, you guys. You know, it's not chill more without everybody together. So, you know, moving forward, I said this a few times, but I'm going to keep throwing that into the universe. The algorithm, Graph and Wasted and Graph, the algorithm, the duo. We're going to see a lot more of this outside of just doing our solo shows. So stay tuned. You know, it's not chill more unless everybody's on screen.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, as soon as Andy kind of hung it up, man, you know, listen, man, Andy was the glue.
Yeah.
Andy was the glue, man. We miss Andy, but I'm going to tell you something, man. It's bigger and better, man.
Facts. Let me see. Russ going to get his own office and all that BS, Clayton. Not in Vegas, I'll tell you that, brother. No way in hell. DeMarcus, how far do you see? Let me ask you this, because you're not heavy on Drake May. Like, do you have him falling out of the top 3 and going somewhere else?
Yeah, if JJ McCarthy is what I think he is, and these guys are looking at the same thing I'm looking at, I think JJ McCarthy goes before Drake May. And I think Jayden Daniels goes before Drake May. So I could see Drake May falling. I don't see Drake May being a guy that you know, I think it'd be the Raiders and the Broncos fighting for the services of Drake May, because we're the 2 most quarterback needy teams, man.
Yo, Hug is stupid. Andy became a seaman.
Yo, Hug, you are going to be you are so lucky I'm not controlling the chat. You are about to be unceremoniously blocked. I can't even scream because my voice is messed up. The F out of here, Hug.
I still have Drake May going in the first 3. I do. I don't have him falling out of the top 3 at all. But there are some interesting teams that you can look at. You can look at Minnesota. They need a quarterback. You can definitely see the Minnesota Vikings in the running. Us, if Drake May falls out, you know, at the top 3, maybe we move up.
Penix, that's a real possibility. We got to get ahead of Minnesota. I think Minnesota, and I've heard rumors that Minnesota's in on Michael Penix Jr.
And Denver also. Keep an eye on Denver.
I didn't hear anything about that. I've heard more JJ McCarthy with Denver.
Bro, they are. He may not be there when Denver.
Yeah, I know, but I've heard Denver. They have like an insane man crush on JJ McCarthy. That's the guy that they want. So,
and they're out there literally just burning the bar down, y'all. Like burning the barn down, like out there in Denver, bro. Like Sean Payton said, we're getting rid of everything. Look, Jerry Jeudy yesterday traded. Boom, Cleveland Browns. That's going to be a nice little duo with Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy, bro. 2 route runners, 2 great route runners.
Alabama guys.
And Jeudy actually went to Alabama because of Cooper. That was his favorite player growing up in the state of Florida. So that's an interest with, and then they still have other weapons too. Like Cleveland has some great options at the receiving position. They went and got Elijah Moore. They traded for him, and then they also got the young kid out of Purdue that they haven't really utilized that much. David Bell. Is it David Bell?
Yes, David Bell. And I like that kid too. We liked him pre-draft. The only thing is, I've heard that the Cleveland Browns had to put those diffusers in a locker room so it could smell more like a massage parlor for Deshaun Watson to perform better.
You stupid, bro. The only thing
allegedly.
They're probably going to move on. They're probably going to cut Nick Chubb, though. They're probably going to move on from him because of that injury. It's a severe injury. But they still have the young Jerome out there, Cincinnati running back. So they got a nice little team they're putting together out there in Cleveland. They still have one of the top defenses in the NFL. Yeah. Let me see. He said Penix has Rondo hands. That's definitely – hey, that's a great comment right there. Real talk. Let me see. Bell, they got Ford. Yeah, Jerome Ford. Let me see. Penix, Jacobs, Adams, Mayer, Myers. That would be a cold little mix.
Bro, and I don't want to keep throwing the Michael Penix caveat out there because it feels like every time we mention a quarterback that we have our Raider heart set on, somebody comes into the equation and they just fuck up the mix. So let's start saying we want Bo Nix so somebody else will start wanting them.
Yeah. Bo Nix to Vegas. And the next thing you know, Bo Nix is in Vegas.
I know, and it will be depressed. Fucking depressed.
Yo, let me see, man. Salute, Russ, Penix, AOC battle for quarterback. Damn, that would be a perfect quarterback room for me. Perfect. I would love it. Like that is an ideal situation for me to end up with Russ, Michael Penix learning under it for a year or two, and AOC still battling out. That'd be a great quarterback room for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was sold on from the beginning. You know what I mean? Because you have everything you need. You have a young, viable starter who has won games in the league in AOC. You have a veteran who has a championship, Pro Bowl, All-Pro pedigree in the building, right? You also have the currency of hope with a Michael Penix Jr., a guy that can be a possible superstar on the roster. So you've covered your bases quarterback-wise that way, and I like that.
Hey, let's do some bold takes for tomorrow. And I want people in the chat to chime in as well. We're not done yet, y'all. We'll go at least an hour and a half. I have a bold take, and I put this on Twitter yesterday, Wasted. I have a feeling that a player out of nowhere is going to be a Raider, and it's going to be a skill position player. You know how this goes. Every year, it's like we don't need a receiver. We end up with a receiver or a running back. Okay. Oh, okay. So you got that. Okay. All right. I would love that. But I have Darnell Mooney. They want to add some more speed to this offense. A former Bear, Getsy guy. I can see them potentially going out and getting Darnell Mooney. If you move on from Hunter Renfrow, I think Darnell Mooney's number is $10 million a year. You're paying Hunter what, 13? You move on from Hunter, you bring in Darnell Mooney, a guy that can add some speed, be to that offense. I have us potentially looking at Darnell Mooney, a guy that was going to be on the outside looking in anyway with a lot of those big name receivers. What do you think?
Look, I would love it. Look, anytime the Raiders get better at any positional group, I'm happy with that. The thing is that what I need for them to do is focus. Focus. The focus on what needs to be done and people's little stupid schemes hasn't been here in a long time. When you had Grew here, it was always, hey, man, we score 100 points, man. What the hell do I need a defense for, man? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Josh McDaniels having a hard on for every player that ever played for Bill Belichick was annoying. Now we can really laser focus in on improving a team where it really needs to be, improved on. I don't want to see us, just spreading the resources all over the place. Focus on that defense, draft offensive talent. Done.
Hey, Curtis, Cap. I mean, I would personally rather have Curtis Samuel also. He can catch the football. Mooney has had a case of the drops. He's out there in Chicago as well. And Curtis Samuel's a guy that can play running back for you, give you reps all across, the receiving. Like he can play outside, inside. That's a guy that I would definitely take a look. I just have a feeling he's going to be one of those guys that's going to get paid a shit ton of money. He's going to end up being like the kid that got paid all that money out there in Jacksonville. My boy that moved over from Arizona. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, yeah.
Bro, this is the thing, man. I don't want to talk about no freaking wide receivers.
I don't either, but you.
I do not want to. We don't need no wide receiver.
We see it every year, though, bro. We see this every year, and we're moving on from Hunter Renfrow. Who's to say that these guys think that Trey Tucker is just the guy to start? We don't know that yet.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Trey Tucker damn sure looked like he needed to be out there more last year. Every time he's out there, he's impactful.
No, definitely, I agree. I'm just saying, do they want to utilize him as, a guy that comes in here and there, or just officially a full-time starter? I don't know yet. We don't know. You got to remember, we have a new play caller. Wasted. Luke Getsy's calling the shots on the offensive side of the ball. Like, does he want him there? Does he want to be the starter? We don't know. I don't want to receive.
Oh, wide receivers, bro. Raiders, I know y'all are watching. Please go get some help on that defense. I would rather y'all double dip at safety than wide receiver. And we got a lot of safeties too.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty much all on 1 year deals. That's the scary thing about the safety position. You know what I'm saying? Mike Epps 1 year, Merrick 1 year.
So if you go get a guy like Simmons from Denver, well, I'm cool with that. Because he's a guy who's a better safety than both of those guys.
Yeah. No, I agree. Salute the field. Make Russell Wilson the game manager. Use the draft/free agent to beef up the defense. Talk that shit, Phil Z. My God, man. Salute to Tyler also. Mac Jones is going to start for the Jags. Hot take. Well, let me say this. As much as Trevor Lawrence has, been in and out of the lineup with a few injuries here and there, he'll definitely at one point get some reps. I don't have him taking over that starting position at all. I think Trevor Lawrence is still one of the best up-and-coming talents at the quarterback position in the NFL.
He'll be holding that clipboard down like steel. He'll have a piece of cornbread next to him, some ham hocks, eating his way into oblivion and holding that clipboard, man.
Watch. Is that a bold take, though? Bro, like graph bold take, Jacobs coming back or get a DT, reverse it? I don't think that's a bold take. I think that those two things are very likely to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that defensive tackle is that's the focal point of free agency. And we all know both these guys, Josh wants to come back and Antonio Pierce wants him to come back. I don't think that's really a bold take. Salute to Watts, though. Let me see.
We'll take it. Raiders sign Chandler Jones back. Mondo's crazy, yo.
And you don't even need to sign him back. He's still getting paid.
Yeah, I know, right? Chandler Jones, fucking JoJo Dancer. Let's bring him back.
So Kevin Byard, he went to the Bears, in which it looked like that was going to happen anyway. I know he's about to go in for a visit. That's a good pickup for them. Really good pickup for that young defense at a veteran safety like that. It's a good move. They still have a shit ton of money. I like that. Bold take. Renfro's coming back. Old school. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at that price tag, it's to me, it's unacceptable to bring him back.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. You mean to tell me that Hunter Renfrow is going to get paid more than Jacoby Myers? You
Bro,
tell me he's going to get paid more than Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, he better fucking have 1,600 yards if they bring him back for that price tag.
Facts. Salute to Raider Rich, man, our guy. Are we really going to take a lower end quarterback? Will May be better than AOC and Wilson? AOC put up some impressive numbers, better than most veteran quarterbacks, and that's leather. Salute to DC, my guy.
This is the problem, man. You can't look at a guy who is playing against a bunch of backup quarterbacks and struggling, you know what I mean, in some games where, a more seasoned quarterback might have blown those games. And look, I give Aiden O'Connell a lot of credit. But guys, stop lowering the bar for people because they're Raiders. Yeah. Stop lowering the bar, bro. Like, the guy is a guy who did okay. He needs to be pushed. Yeah. I'm not gonna say, give Aiden O'Connell the job. If you bring in a vet and he beats that vet out, then great. Then we know we got something legitimate. But you can't just remove them obstacles out of his way till he proves that he deserves to be the starter.
Agreed. The Raiders aren't making much noise. Mo Money, you can't make any noise right now, brother. Nothing is available to do at this point. The only thing you can do to make some noise is re-sign Josh Jacobs. Like, get a deal done. Like, I don't really know what else at this point can we do. The noise is going to start tomorrow. So stay tuned, Mo Money. And Jason, this is a bold take. Raiders trade up to 6 and get Joe Alt.
I'd kick somebody in their nuts if they did that. I'd be so pissed. You move all the way up to 6 to take a goddamn lineman. You could have stayed down where you were at.
Probably the best tackle in the draft. That would be a Tom Telesco move. I'll tell you that.
F out of here.
Damn. Hey, Elise says bold take. If Josh Jacobs leaves, the Raiders sign A.J. Dillon. It's a big body. Big body. The only other guy that has other guy in the world that has hips like Mac Jones. Yo, hey, Terrence, I can definitely see the connection. But see, the thing is this. Do you really need to go sign a Sam Darnold in free agency when you have when you already have an Aiden O'Connell on the roster? Like, there's no real reason to go get Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Like, you already have an Aiden O'Connell on the roster. Like, I don't know why we would do that.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. That's a dream that is deferred. Him being a starter in this league and being good, that's a dream that is done at this point.
Hey, Santana, I'm going to be honest. I finally seen the video that everybody was talking about. I'm going to be honest, bro. I cringed for like 2-3 minutes. The Mr. Unlimited video, I finally seen that shit. I was going to send it to you because you know you call Raider Nation Unlimited. I was going to post it on Twitter and be like, this is wasted when blase blah happens. Dog, it was so fucking cringe to watch that video. I know what people were saying in terms of, you know, the corner. I don't listen to him. All I heard was the Let's Ride shit. And I was like, oh, this dude. But bro, that Mr. Unlimited video, dog, that shit is very, very tough.
No, I saw that when it came out. Listen. He can be corny as hell, but can he play football? We had a cornball here for 10 years.
Yeah.
Derek Carr's a corny dude.
Just any opportunity you get a chance to just throw that down the world, huh?
Corny.
Look at Casey. Love Jacobs, but not for 10 million or up. Doss, you're right, Casey. I'm not paying anywhere near that. I'm not. You know, my price range has always been that 6.5 to 8 million range for me personally, just me personally for Josh Jacobs. I don't want to pay a shit ton of money. So no. I agree with you, brother. So to Jesse, what do y'all mean, man? What do y'all mean? No noise. Fear Amir, baby.
It's right.
I mean, realistically, Jesse, we've made more noise than most teams. We brought back Amir Abdullah. We cut Jerry Tillery. I mean, we made some noise, technically. Really wasn't shit, but, you know. Let me see. Oh, Hoyer got cut too. Yeah, Chris. Man, we've been making more noise than anybody, man. Come on. Let me see. When is Sanjit and Scout returning? They'll be on soon. They'll be on
to where?
To the show, to come on at some point. I talked to Scout about doing something before the draft. And Sanjit, man, it's been a while. We definitely haven't had Sanjit on for a minute. We got to hit up our guy at some point. But most of the time, you guys, you're going to see us. You're going to see us on the screen, or you just see us dolo. But we always have love for our guys. You know what I mean? But everybody's busy doing their own thing, man. Let me see. Time to light the beam in free agency. Talk that shit, LT. Amir, the movie star. Yeah, man. Well, other than that, man, look, we're still over 2,000 people in the building. I hate to leave on that note, but is there anything else you want to talk about, Wasted, before we get out of here, brother?
Look at the look on my face. Does it look like I want to talk about anything else?
You're like, I'm about to go take my ass in the room and go lay down.
Listen, do you see the bags under my eyes right now? I need to get some sleep. I am an old crotchety bastard. I got to go to sleep. All
right, we'll end it on this. We have 2,100 people in the building. I want everybody to answer this question in the comment section. Who do y'all think is going to be our first pickup tomorrow? I got Leonard Williams. And to be honest with you, I don't want to say Josh because he'd be a returning Raider. I want to think outside the box a little bit. I got Leonard
Williams. Yes, you damn right, Desiree. The Metamucil is wearing off.
I got Leonard Williams. And you guys, I will be live tomorrow for a long time. We'll be covering free agency tomorrow. My brother Wace is going to be at work. I know everybody else is going to be gone and out and about. I'll reach out to some of my brothers.
When I come out, I'm going to get on the air. It's going to be Mr. Unlimited.
There you have it. I will be live tomorrow. I think I'm going to start the show 11 a.m. Eastern time. So probably about an hour or 30 minutes before the free agency tampering period opens. So I'll be live tomorrow, you guys, for hours upon hours. Maybe I'll reach out to some other guys, see if they want to come on screen and talk for a little bit. I'll reach out to Stu. I'll see if Big Mike got an hour or something that we can talk. But other than that, man.
Yo, Watts, real quick. I'll be interrupt you. Watts crazy. He said, I want us to sign somebody that's not trash.
I know, right?
So shout out to Watts for that one, yo.
Salute to Victor, man, as well. Great show as usual. Peace. Salute to our brothers, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, we love you guys. We appreciate y'all. Hour and a half in. We're going to get out of here, man. Salute. See y'all tomorrow. Wasted to be doing a show tomorrow night also when he gets off of work to cover free agency. So stay tuned. But other than that, man, we're outro. One.
talking about.